What's up, my people? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I'm back for another episode. This time on a more serious note. I hope everybody's doing good. Had a gloomy day out there, like I told y'all earlier. Hope y'all made it home from work, from school, safe. Whatever y'all was doing out there in the city, in the suburb, wherever you coming from, I hope you guys made it home safe. 8:38 p.m. this evening. Big shout out to the Yukon women on their way to the Sweet 16, as expected. Congratulations, ladies. First, I want to give a big shout out to my God for waking me up this morning. Give me another chance to reach out to my people. I'm blessed. Like I said earlier, even when it's dark, I'll never let nobody take away my light. The evil forces are active today. The evil forces are active. They're all around us. They're all around us. Keep facing God. Let Him continue to guide you. Without Him, we're nothing. With Him, we're everything. Thank you. I had a good time earlier when I made my video. I had a very good time. It's already uploaded on my YouTube channel. Go check it out. Hit that like button. It don't cost you nothing to hit that like button. It's free, baby. Today I want to talk about something I brought up this topic before, and today is very important that I revisit this because I like to articulate myself and keep things on a serious note when it comes down to things that affect me personally, even if it affects somebody that I love. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Hold up. My apologies. My apologies. My apologies. I had to handle something real quick. As I was saying, I had talked about this before previously about critical thinking. It affects me personally, especially with the way things are going now. And in order for you to have a critical thought and have critical thinking, you have to have a critical mind. You have to be open to educating yourself. You have to be open to listen to others who are also critical thinkers because that will help you maneuver in life every day. Um, and critical thinking is the objective, rational analysis, and evaluation of information that is to form a seasoned judgment. Rather than accepting claims at face value, it's important to have a critical thought. It's very important to have critical thought because that leads you to be able to question assumptions and evaluate any evidence that's put before you. And in life, you want to be able to identify the biases. And, sometimes it's often that we are not using that as a technique in our everyday life. Um, for instance, if you're in a relationship and you and your partner are constantly at odds, disagreements, and arguments, um, somebody has to be level-headed. Somebody has to be that critical thinker, to have a logical, consistency, to be logic, to be able to verbalize and come to a conclusion where you both can have an understanding because a lot of time we be rah 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 rah, we just jawing at each other, nobody making sense. There's no logical explanation to what y'all talking about. Nobody had that critical thought of trying to resolve whatever got you guys to that point. And I think that's why I keep coming back to this critical thinking because even in your workplace or, just a basic conversation, as you in a meeting, to be able to digest information and to perform some kind of critical thought at any moment show your ability to uplift yourself, to give yourself confidence, to give yourself that positive energy coming from you whenever you are interacting in any kind of conversation where you are dealing with intellectual minds. See, a lot of people speak and don't know what the hell they're talking about. A lot of people can read, but they can't comprehend. And this is where society is becoming. I don't know if you guys be on Facebook or be on Instagram or TikTok and people leave, make videos and they write things, they can't spell, they don't speak right, they can't articulate themselves because they're not feeding their mind. You have to feed your mind. You know what I'm saying? People are too content with just graduating high school. You're just content with it. And even, a lot of people are just content graduating from college. I said it before, any type of schooling, all it is retaining information. You can get a high school diploma, you can get a bachelor's, an associate, PhD. Not saying that is easy, but it's retaining information. So it's important we continue to feed our minds even outside of that. Not just reading, but comprehending, forming your own opinion, and being able to, establish a full understanding on what's being said or what you're reading. And, I think that's the problem with our society today. It's very hard for me to keep a conversation with some people. They have low IQ. Not that I am the smartest man on earth. I will never claim to be. But I have come to a point where if I'm having a conversation with you and there's no logic, I get very frustrated real fast. I really don't want to talk to you. And, If you come around me, I'll try to avoid you. If I see you are consistently showing me that you're not willing to adapt to any situation and learn from it and use your critical thinking to absorb positive information so you can verbally have a conversation with other people. I don't want to be around people that's opposite of that. At this point in my life, not being cocky. I don't want nobody taking this as I think I'm better than somebody. I think I'm smarter. I just don't consider myself a smart man. I really don't. I consider myself a logical man. I consider myself, because of my life experience and my eager to learn, I consider myself a man that exercises critical thinking. I have a critical mind at this point in my life. And that keeps me calm during hostile situations. When somebody's trying to get over on me and really think I'm dumb, I just sit back and let them keep shooting themselves in the foot. Instead of reacting and crashing out, I just sit back and I observe. And I have a critical thought for every move that person makes. I'm always one step ahead of them. When they think they're getting over, I have an answer waiting for them. Depends on what the situation may be. I can just shoot out a whole bunch of examples, but nah. I don't want to. A general doesn't let his enemy know what he's thinking. He doesn't put his war plans on the table. Not for you to see, for you to figure out. But before I finish this, I had did a video previously when I was, giving a big shout out to my family, my siblings, my mom, and I forgot my own brother, man. Like, big shout out to Flav, Michael Atkins. I don't know how I forgot that. Please forgive me, Lord. Please forgive me. Big shout out to my brother, man. That's my oldest brother. You know what I'm saying? That's my OG. You know, I learned a lot from my man. I learned a lot. That street life. We've had some deep conversations. You know what I'm saying? And all love, man. All love. I wish you in better health. I'll miss you, my dude. Definitely got to slide through to go see you. All love to my brother Michael, man, aka Flav. So please forgive me. I'm naming my siblings and I didn't even bring his name up. It dawned on me once I finished my video, like, hold up, I haven't seen nothing about my oldest brother, man. What kind of shit is that? But I just wanted to, shoot that out there. But it's this thing that we call intellectual humility. It's recognizing one limitations, right? You have to recognize it, and once you recognize it, you recognize the limitations and biases. Um, when you have a vision and you see things um, ahead of time, because you are observant and you pay attention to your surroundings and you listening to things that's being said, and you use your experience, which builds intellect for most of us, not a lot of us. You have to recognize the limitations of others and yourself. You have to recognize the biases of others. And when you do that, you can sidestep a lot of bullshit that goes on around you, and you eliminate the company that exercises those type of things. You don't want to be around people like that. This is why you have to be critical in your thought. You can't react in a way where you're going to bring so much attention to yourself. You use that critical thought to try to figure out how to get away from people like that or a situation like that. So you have a lot of things in life, from a child to an adult. You're going to come across things where you have to see it, recognize it, and you have to learn how to navigate. In order for you to have that type of uh, understanding, that type of movement within you, I'm trying to use different words here, but in order for you to navigate through situations like that, you have to have a critical thought. You have to have a critical mind. Um, and that's very important, because having a critical thought and a critical mind gives you great problem solving skills. See, we get in situations where our hands are tied and we just don't know how to handle it. If you're a critical thinker and you got yourself, your back against the wall in any situation, you're gonna find a way to fix that problem. You're gonna be a problem solver in that situation because you know how to think. You know how to take the time to evaluate the situation and figure out a way to solve it. How do you do that? You know, it can be uh, a complicated situation to be able to resolve issues. It can be complex, but you know who you are. You know how to not let things overwhelm you, and you know how to figure things out. I want to be around critical thinkers. My whole point of this video was that I want to be around people that know what they're doing, what they want to do, and they take necessary steps in life to do it. I don't want nobody that's content being nothing. I don't want nobody to be content being nothing. I don't want nobody not using their mind, not using their intelligence at this point in our life. We're in our 50s now. I'm not talking about you young people. Young people really need to look at this video. Share this video and really understand what I'm trying to say, that because it can either save your life, it can uplift you, it can motivate you, it can inspire you to want to do better for yourself, to know how to navigate and who to keep around you and who not to keep around you. It's different when you out there in the street with your boys or your girls, and you in the office, or you in an interview, or you in a meeting, and you have to articulate yourself. There's two different ways of how you have to communicate. If you don't have a critical thought, if you can't articulate yourself, if you're not educated enough to know how to verbally speak, that's a prime example of what I mean about having a critical mindset. You have to distinguish between the difference of when you out there talking that slang and when you having a conversation with somebody that's on your level or above, that want to have a serious conversation. But critical thinking, this is my last point before I let y'all go. But critical thinking in life is think about what you want to do for yourself. Think about if you want to be in the same spot you've been for the last 10, 15 years. Are you thinking logically enough to know that gas prices are going up, rent, mortgage, groceries, bills, whatever the case may be, utilities, everything is going up. Everything is going up. And you're not making a necessary move to make things work for you. That's all I have to say. Thank you all for watching my YouTube channel, My Voice, Our Agenda. I appreciate it. Always know, love yourself first before you love anybody else. Integrity is everything. Either you have it or you don't. My Voice, Our Agenda. I love y'all no matter what y'all going through. Share this video, like, comment, and subscribe. It's my channel, My Voice, Our Agenda. I told you I was going to come back on a serious note. I had a good time earlier, but sometimes it's time to talk real shit. I'll see y'all again. My Voice, Our Agenda. One love. I'm out.